Hi everybody, I'm Mia and today I am showing you guys what my TBR veterans are, or the books that have been on my TBR the longest. And for this I am totally going off my Goodreads TBR because I have a very bad memory when it comes to books on here and when I got them. I do not own any of these books except from the first one, which I will get into soon. This was inspired since I did my board game, as you probably saw. It was the most recent video that I posted, aside from this one of course, and one of the squares is TBR veterans. So I've never really compiled a list of the books that have been on my TBR the longest, because I've never had enough books to do a physical TBR, so I'm doing this now even though I only own one of the books. So book number 1 on my Goodreads TBR, which is the one that I have, is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. This is the first book in what is planned to be a series, but this is the only book that's out. It is about these demon characters which possess humans, and then there's this funky love triangle where this demon is inside this girl and they both are in love with this guy. Wow, that was an amazing explanation. The Host, I got this from a charity shop maybe 5 months ago or so, maybe less actually, but I think I've just been a bit intimidated by its size, to be honest, even though it's not really that big compared to some of the other books I've read. It's just that I've been doing a couple of readathons and I've thought, well, I'm not going to be able to read The Host in 3 days, so I just won't put it on my readathons at all. So this is number 1 on my Goodreads TBR. So the second book, or it's actually a series on my Goodreads TBR, is the ACOTAR series, or the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, which is of course by Sarah J Maas. And you may recognise that name because Sarah J Maas has written Throne of Glass, which I am currently in the middle of reading. I've read the first 5 books and I still have the last 2 to go. But I have not read any books of the ACOTAR series. I know it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I have a friend at school who has been raving about it to me, and since I've been in love with Sarah J Maas's Throne of Glass, I thought that I would like it. There should be a picture up here, hopefully, if I can work it out. But yeah, I believe the books are A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Wings and Ruin, and A Court of Mist and Fury, and then there's the novella thing at the end called A Court of Frost and Starlight. I think these books have pretty good reviews, what I've been looking at, and they're super popular over here on the booktube community, so I want to read them. Speaking of Sarah J Maas, we also have her newest book, which is House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, which came out the same day as my babe Chain of Gold did, which I still haven't read. Okay, I love how I talk about how excited I am about Chain of Gold, but I haven't even started it, and I've had it for 1.5 weeks. I'm currently reading the Heroes of Olympus series, so if you've read it, then you know how hard it is to stop. And I have the whole series here, down, you can't see it, but it's all here. So I'm just kind of stuck in the Heroes of Olympus vibe, because it is such a vibe. I'm considering taking classics at school now that I've started reading it. It's crazy. Okay, so back onto House of Earth and Blood. I believe that book is a chunker, 800 pages or something. So that doesn't really make me eager to pick it up, and it's also an adult novel, and the same friend that was recommending The Court of Thorns and Roses to me, she was reading it at the time that she recommended it to me. So hopefully I'll ask her what she thought of it and if I would like it, and then I'll probably read it, or maybe I won't, who knows. Book number 4 is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I've heard very polarizing opinions about this book. I've heard amazing 5-star reviews, and then I've heard specifically from JD Ray Reads and Gavin over at How to Train Your Gavin. They did not like it at all, and I believe it's about this guy called Simon who's just discovering his identity and that he's gay, and it seems like a super cute story. My sister said the movie's very good, although I don't understand why they changed the title of the movie, because the movie's called Love, Simon. I mean, maybe the title's a bit of a mouthful, I can understand, because it's a long title. But I do really want to read it, even though your girl does not like contemporary books that much. Hopefully it will be a good one. Book number 5, or series, another series, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. The series consists of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, or Like You. I think it's P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Lara Jean. I have watched the first movie. I enjoyed the first movie, although I do enjoy contemporary movies a lot more than I enjoy contemporary books. But I still want to read it because I have this kind of obsession of, if I watch a movie that has a book, I have to read the book to see how it compares. I don't know what it is, but now it's kind of gone the other way. So if I want to watch a book movie, I have to read the book first to get the whole experience. I don't know, it's just my vibe, you know. So that's that. It's about the girl called Lara Jean who gets these love letters to her crushes to bottle up her feelings, and then one day they get mailed out and all the boys are like, why did you write me a love letter, that's really weird. And she deals with that, and it involves some fake dating. If the movie was true to the book, then that's what happens in it. Book/series number 6 is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. These are each fairy tale retellings, and there are a few novellas as well to go with this one. I think the books are Cinder, Cress, Winter, and I can't remember the last one, but there's a picture up here hopefully, so you guys will be able to see what it is. And they're fairy tale retellings with a sci-fi twist. I've never read a retelling before, so that's gonna be interesting, I guess. I have never even read actual fairy tales before either. So, I don't know, should I be reading the actual fairy tale and then read the retelling? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, as usual. Book/series number 7 is the Arc of Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman, set in a dystopian, utopian world where humanity has conquered everything bad, but even death and overpopulation plagues the planet, so they have to have scythes who keep the population under control. We follow 2 scythes who are apprentices learning the ways of killing. Love that. The books in the series are Scythe, Thunderhead and Toll. Toll is relatively new, I think, and it's also a bit of a chunker from what I've seen. Series number 8 is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. Now, I feel like I've mentioned all of the other books on this list on my channel already, but this is one which I haven't mentioned before. And I have a friend, and she really enjoyed it. I don't really know what it's about, only that I think there are 2 casts, Red and Silver Blood, and I think maybe the Silver Bloods have magic and the Reds are just human. I'm not really sure, but it seems like something I'd be into. And there's 4 books. I have no idea what they're called. I know the first one's called Red Queen, and I think there are some novellas that go with this one as well. And it's a 4-book series, I think. Not sure. Series number 9 is of course the Illuminate Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. They have been talked about on the booktube community so much, and I have no idea what anyone is talking about, so I definitely want to be reading those. They have beautiful data, mixed media, pictures, everything in them, and I've never read a book like that before, so definitely want to get in amongst it. Hopefully they'll be nice and fast if they've got loads of images and stuff in them, and that is one of the few on this list which I actually want to buy and put on my shelf, because a book like that is so intriguing and I definitely want to read it. And number 10 is another series, which is the Cruel Prince series, made up of Cruel Prince, Wicked King and Queen of Nothing. Queen of Nothing is also relatively new, and I've seen it in bookstores around everywhere, by Holly Black, who co-wrote the Magisterium Trials with Cassandra Clare, I think. and I adore Cassandra Clare's writing, so hopefully if they co-wrote something together, their writing styles are similar and I will love it. All I know is that the Cruel Prince series features Fae, and I am all about the Fae life. So that is my TBR veterans, and if you tune into my board game episodes, we'll see how many of those I read from the TBR vet or I don't read, I guess. I'll probably end up reading most of these for like not the TBR vet prompt, but it's always good to have the list. You can't see that I'm pointing to the list, but I'm pointing to it. Thank you to each and every one of you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. Comment down below if you've read these books, what you thought of them, if you think I shouldn't read them, I should read them, anything you want. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!